EJS ministerial complex over the weekend, the president said too many Liberians have suffered in silence with no space to dialogue or closure. President Bouaka emphasized that reconciliation cannot be imposed by government decree but must be laid, shared, and embraced by all Liberians. The Liberian leader added that the national unity and reconciliation effort is to ensure that no life is forgotten and every voice matters in shaping Liberia's future through genuine reconciliation. President Bouaka, in a symbolic gesture, extended a formal apology to victims of the civil war on behalf of the state, while acknowledging the government's failure to protect its citizens through decades of violence and instability. However, he stated that his apology marks the beginning of a long overdue national healing process and a bold commitment that Liberia would never repeat the dark part of its war history. The Bishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Monrovia has cautioned religious organizations against abusing the duty-free privilege given by the government of Liberia. Bishop Gabriel Jukwe made known his observation that some religious organizations are misusing the duty-free privilege by importing non-sale merchandise but put a price tag on it for the ordinary people. Bishop Jukwe, however, failed to name any particular religious organization abusing the duty-free opportunity. The Catholic cleric issued the warning at the end of a two-day deliberation organized by the Faith and Justice Network for religious leaders from the Mana River Union countries in Monrovia. For his part, Assistant Minister for Revenue and Tax Policies at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Andrew Golo, welcomed and extolled the religious leaders' contribution to the deliberation on tax payment in the MRU region. Assistant Minister Golo noted that the religious community is better positioned to reach larger audience in the tax payment awareness campaign. Golo also urged citizens to pay taxes to capacitate the government in undertaking meaningful development in the country. The Civil Service Agency has unveiled its latest human resource assessment reports for 3 public entities in Lofa County Community University, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Monrovia City Corporation. The report marks a significant step in CSA's ongoing efforts to strengthen personnel management and public sector transparency. Unveiling the report, CSA's Director General Josiah Joka pointed out that the effort is part of a broader strategy to conduct comprehensive personnel credential verification across ministries and agencies. The CSA internal resources. Beyond these efforts, Joka appealed for broader collaboration with public entities and private sector stakeholders to ensure a sustainability of the assessment and verification program. He made known his conviction that the successful implementation of this initiative could set a national precedent for promoting good governance. Representative Smomoba of Montserrat County Electoral District Number 3 has launched a fair critique against the National Identification Registry over what he termed as lack of key features in the National Identification Card. Frowned at the NIR for its failure to institute a system that will identify barriers of the national ID card through an activated national database system. He highlighted that the lack of quick research code and personal identification number as key components of the national identification card renders the card substandard. According to Representative Moba, the national ID must recognize individuals through a holistic platform that is assessing identity to the registry system. He also criticized the NIR over what he termed as a poor security of their privacy. The lawmaker called on the executive to ensure that a nationwide database system is set up to align with the identification card, targeting the enrollment of citizens and foreign residents in the nationwide biometric system. The National Food Assistance Agency has lauded President Joseph Numa Boakai for signing the National Food Assistance Act into law. The legislation, officially approved on June, establishes the NFAA as a statutory agency tasked with spearheading the country's food assistance efforts. The agency will be responsible for developing, implementing, and Bob Yonua Katoyele termed the Act a critical instrument that aims to lay a strong legal foundation, solidifying the agency's identity and positioning it for meaningful national impact. He expressed heartwarming gratitude to the NFAA Board of Directors and the Director General Bwaka Salih for his visionary leadership, strategic foresight, and unwavering commitment to the process. The NFAA Deputy Director General expressed joy that the NFAA, which begins with a two-room office and minimal staffing, has now evolved into a fully functional institution. Senator Blabber Brown of Maryland County has commended President Joseph Numa Boakai leading the just-ended National Reconciliation Initiative, but averred that the effort is belated. Speaking in an exclusive interview with KNNEWS, Senator Brown described the efforts as noteworthy, noting that the initiative has put a smile on the faces of war victims. The lawmaker pointed out that the reconciliatory effort is a symbolic representation of leadership in Liberia. As such, is welcoming. He added that such program should be nationalized to help put a smile on the faces of war victims and unity for the common good of the country. In a major development focused initiative aimed at addressing years of infrastructure gap in communities, Assistant Minister for Community Services at the Ministry of Public Works, Albert Twakolong, has announced that the ministry will make immediate intervention in the Bawin community, Lower Johnsonville. The move comes after direct consultation with community leaders who presented a clear community of poor road access, blocked drainage, and disconnection from national services. Assistant Minister Twokalong emphasized that the Banwi community, the government's commitment to equitable development. He confirmed that the team will be assigned to begin clearing major alleys, rehabilitating access roads, and opening drains has prevented the community from benefiting from critical national projects, including electricity and broadband internet expansion. The Consuming Fire Institute of Learning has held its 7th graduation exercise marked by celebration and reflection as students, parents, and teachers gathered to honor the achievement of the 2024-2025 graduating class. The graduation program served as a platform to recognize the academic progress. The exercise highlights the importance of community involvement and the collaborative effort required to ensure quality education for young learners in the area. Serving as guest speaker, Samuel Natl, administrator of Fence Estate in the poultry community, commended parents and teachers for their dedication and sacrifices. Natl underscored the transformative